Welcome to Aussie Wristwatch. I'm Jessica Liley, and today we're going to do the State of the Collection 2023. And before we get started, and yes, I am going to go through all of my watches in no particular order, and I always find this video kind of embarrassing to do because I realize A, that maybe I've got a slight addiction, and B, I don't know, like this is only the second time I've done this, so I worry I'm going to get judged. I know, but I'm human and I'm honest. That's what this channel's about. I'm always honest on this channel. You know, some videos are hit and miss because I'm learning, and it's about me learning about watches because I'm not an expert, as I've always said. I don't know a lot about movements. I'm interested in a passing way with that, but I'm really about aesthetics of watches, look, feel, the brand, in the sense that, you know, I like Aussie brands, and if I build a relationship with someone in that brand, you've kind of got a fan for life. So that's kind of my passion for watches. I got into this channel because I'm a filmmaker, among many other things in this world, also a lawyer, entrepreneur, all those kinds of things. Not to be YouTube famous, but actually to learn YouTube for my filmmaking and content in that regard, and just actually enjoyed the channel, and that's kind of why I stuck around. I love the community, in the watch community. I have quite a number of friends now. There's the Australian Watch Club that I joined, thanks to Sam for organising that club and running it. I've met some really fantastic people. I've met people through other connections in Sydney, and it's just generally a really, I guess, collegiate, lovely group of people who have been very welcoming to me. What I don't tolerate on this channel are trolls. And, you know, some people have told me to just ignore that stuff, but the reality is no. If someone's inappropriate, homophobic, misogynistic, then I'm going to call that out, because quite frankly, I don't need to put up with that. And, you know, what starts as a little dig could spiral very quickly. I haven't really blocked anyone on this channel, maybe one person, but I'll be doing that more in the new year if people step out of that bounds. I'm not saying that you cannot disagree with me and have a robust conversation about watches. I'm all for that. And in fact, we don't have enough robust conversations, respectful, informed conversations about any kind of topic in this world, really, at the moment. I get that there's high sensitivities about everything. But if you're going to have a crack at me about being married to a woman, expect me to bite back. Having said that, that's a very tiny group, and I'm sure the level of trolling I get on this channel is nothing in comparison to other people out there. And it is water off a duck's back in the sense that it does kind of make me laugh, but it could just be one day, maybe it doesn't. So I'm going to be more, I guess, discerning about calling that stuff out and not tolerating it. Thank you to everyone else in the YouTube watch community. Everyone's, again, very friendly, very accommodating, and just generally kind of fun to chat to. And, you know, like everyone, I'm sure we've had I've had my ups and downs this year. Just professionally, trying to get stuff made is very hard. And, you know, I'm kind of excited about 2024 and saying so long to 2023. So what better way to do that than to take stock of the watches that I've accumulated, not only this year, but over the years, remind myself that life is pretty damn good, and that, you know, overall this year has kind of been a winner. So I'm going to go through my watches a little bit differently today. I usually talk at you a lot. I enjoy having a one-way conversation. That's just my style. I only use my phone to make this channel. One day maybe some better gear, but I'm low tech here. It's about low tech as my life gets. But I've put the watches like in a different format so you can see the watches a bit more up close. Again, it's low tech, but I think you'll get a better feel for them than me just holding them up like this. Let me know your watch collection. I, you know, am always interested to hear what other people have. And of course, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, happy holidays. Have a very happy new year. I may put some videos out in the Christmas break because I'm kind of around. But overall, everyone have a great break. I'll see you in the new year. And again, thank you so much for watching. All right, so my Casio range. This is my Gulfmaster, my first adult Casio and my first and only current G-Shock in the collection. I quite like this watch, but I don't know how to use it. It's super confusing. There's so many complications on it. It's overly complicated even for me. Look, to be fair, now that I've got it in compass mode, which I don't think I've ever done before, that's pretty cool. But like, if I spend some time with this watch, actually learn how to use it, that would be great. That would probably mean I'd be able to change it a lot easier. But the simple fact of the matter is it's huge. I don't wear it much, but I still think it's an exceptionally cool watch, so I haven't parted with it. Probably just out of laziness more than anything else. So next one was this little classic beater here, the F91W. This cost me about $20 odd on Amazon. It is a classic Casio watch that will last quite some time. People swear by this watch. It does a lot for little money, or a great bang for your buck, I guess is what people say. It's smaller than I thought it would be, to be honest with you. Like, it's kind of tiny on my wrist. It looks bigger on other people's wrists, including, you know, Jared Leto had one on in Morpheus. It looked ginormous on his wrist, so he must be like super tiny compared to me. And then my latest addition is this, thanks to Jody from Just One More Watch, who talked these up. I went and got one, super cheap. It's the WS-1600H digital, and I quite like it. It actually fits probably perfectly for me. It's the right size. It's super light. It's just your typical 10-year battery life Casio beater. It's got quite a few functions: stopwatch, timer, multiple time zones, I should say, alarm, and if I can find it, it has an international time zone somewhere, which hilariously I am unable to find right at this moment. Oh wow, okay. Yep, so this watch, it's kind of rolled in today, so I'm trying to get my head around what it does. I'll report back when I do a review on it, but there it is. It's here. That is my Casio range. All right, here we go. Rolex. Now, you guys are going to know that this one right here, I won in the luxury watch supply competition, raffle, lotto, whatever you want to call it. I legit won it. Go watch the video. I love this watch. It's so cool. I can't believe I got it. It still is in the honeymoon phase with me. It's super easy to wear. I get why people love these watches. I still can't believe that the wait list for them is outrageous and that they're worth so much more on the grey market. So thank God I was lucky enough to win that. This is a little gem right here. This is my Rolex Explorer 2. Now, from memory, circa 2001, 2002, this watch. So it's pretty old by, you know, standards. It's the 16570. And it's a, by all accounts, kind of one of my favorite watches. It's 41 mil, I think. I'll double check. 40 millimeters. With the fixed GMT bezel, which again I love. I've got on LA time. No, what am I talking about? If I've got a dual time zone, I usually have LA time because I have people over there that I talk to. But this one's actually just in 24-hour time, which is what this watch was intended to be for. If you went into a cave in night and you wanted to know whether it was day or night, you had the 24-hour marker here with the GMT bezel, which I kind of like that about it, so I've kept with that tradition. But this is one of the older models, so it's slightly smaller than the newer model. You've got the red GMT hand rather than the orange hand, which is on the latest model, which is also, I think, a 41 mil, so slightly bigger. It actually wears a lot bigger. than this watch. I've tried it on. I actually think I prefer this one. Yep, you heard it for you first, guys. I've fallen in love with a slightly smaller watch. Yeah, so I love these. This is my little Rolex collection here. I love it. I think it's modest and fabulous. Well, it's not modest in the sense that sounds really pretentious, because they're expensive pieces to own. So sorry, I don't want to downplay that and have you come back and bite me, but I really enjoy these. I think they're really easy to wear. They're simple in the sense that they're very clean and very elegant watches. And this one in particular, because it's an older watch too, it's got knocks on it from other people, whoever had it before me. And I kind of like that about this watch, because I'm pretty careful with all my watches anyway, but this one I'm not so worried about having as the everyday wear. It's perfect for that. So yeah, here they are, my Panerais, my favorite, my pride and joy, the 422 47mm watch. It's huge. It'll catch the light in here, because as you guys know, I just film with my phone and a little ring light. I don't have very much tech here. That's part of the joy of the channel. It's a hand wound 3-day power reserve, I should say, which I love. I absolutely love everything about this watch. I love the size. I love the style of it. I love this case back. I think it's beautiful. I love the manual wind of the watch, and I love that crown. I really do. I will get a Luminor, I think. Sorry, a Radiomir. But I will miss that crown. But having said that, I do like sometimes wearing a watch with a more simplistic, smaller profile to it, because this is one hunker chunker hell of a watch, which I'm more than happy to wear pretty much every day, to be honest with you. But I like mixing it up, but I'm so glad I have this. This is my first ever Panerai. It was the 40th birthday present from my wife. There's a whole story around that watch and how it found its way into my collection. But essentially, my wife took me to Panerai for my birthday during COVID, when we were actually allowed to leave the house, and got me to pick up this watch. So basically, I couldn't have a party, but I got my first ever Panerai, and I was super happy about that. I'd actually been thinking of maybe getting one myself because I'd got to that point where I was like, well, I've earned it, and you know, I want to treat myself. I've always wanted one, but turns out I didn't have to. So this is the Luminor Due, and I actually really love this watch because of the slimmer profile. So let's go side to side here, if we can see that. It is significantly skinnier, as you can see, which just makes it somewhat easier to wear, both in profile and just in heft. So this is a lot lighter. I mean, obviously it's smaller. It's 45mm. They don't make this one anymore. This is 47 and also somewhat thicker. I think it's 12mm all up, if I'm going off the top of my head. So this is just a slightly easier watch to wear, you know, kind of day to day, or you know, if you're wearing a shirt or something like in the office, you're going to be able to wear this one with somewhat more ease than you're going to be able to wear good old 422, which is quite a hunker chunker of a watch. But like I said, it's kind of my favorite. I really love it, but you know, to each their own. I'm super happy with these two. I find it very hard to go past Panerai, period, when I'm adding to the collection. So I'm surprised there's only two, but for the fact that, you know, these things cost money and money doesn't grow on trees. But I would like, I think, as the next Panerai, to add the Radiomir to the collection. I quite like that watch. It's grown on me a lot. I think it's super classy and super elegant. That's my Panerai collection. Okay, my Omega Seamaster 300M. This is titanium and ceramic. It's actually on an Artem sailcloth strap at the moment, which it's been on for a while because I'm really enjoying that. It fits really well. I love this watch. This was the second fancy watch I had, and I'll show you the first fancy watch shortly. but it's easy to wear. It was effectively daily beater. Now, understanding, you know, different connotations to different people, my daily beater isn't literally a bang bang beater. It's just the watch I'd wear every day to the office, which was, you know, how I rolled. But yeah, really love this watch. It's back in 2019 for just over 10. It's now at almost 15. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Good old Omega putting their prices up. Is it worth the 15? Look, honestly, I don't know. Was it worth the 10? 100%. Absolute stunner of a watch. Love it. Super easy, super fantastic to wear. Very elegant. This one is 43.5 millimeters, slightly bigger size, wears really well. I love the helium escape valve on this. I know some people don't. I don't care. I love the toothpaste cap. Give it to me any day of the week on this watch. It's fantastic. That's my Omega. Next, we've got my tags. Okay, can I get those in the light somehow? So my Tag Monaco was my first fancy Swiss watch. I got this baby back in, I think, 2017 after I got like a decent bonus at work, and it was about 6,800 back then. I'm not sure what it is now. I don't think it's gone up too much, but having said that, I've probably got that wrong. But I just remember I loved this watch. I mean, I still love this watch. I don't wear it admittedly as often anymore, but that's not to say I don't love it. It holds a special place in my heart. I like pulling it out every now and then on a slightly special occasion. I wore this at my wedding because it was kind of the only fancy watch I had then too, and it worked really well with my Dolce & Gabbana suit. Yep, that is my watch. The other one I've got is a Quartz Formula 1, which I got at the same time as this watch. Funnily enough, they had a sale on, so I basically got a discount on this and bought this. So in typical female fashion, I got a bargain. I saved money. That's what we tell ourselves anyway. And I hardly ever wore this watch. But since putting it on the Artem strap, I actually have been wearing it a little bit because it just changes the entire look, feel and dynamic of this watch. It's easy and light to wear. It's a quartz, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, being in the drawer, pulling it out and, you know, setting the time or winding it. This one I keep on a watch winder. We can talk about whether that's good or bad for another day. Just is what it is. But yeah, that's my tag collection. You can see it's had a few knocks. It's probably due for a service because it's never had one. But yeah, will I get another tag in the collection? I don't know. If I did, probably another Monaco because I love them so much and I love their racing spirit and history. But yeah, I love my tags. They're my first fancy watches, so they'll always have a little soft spot in my collection and in my heart. Okay, yep. Moonswatch. What collection? It's got scratches, you know, because it's just plastic basically. Sorry, bioceramic. And I've got this on a Heuer strap because I really like this actual watch and the dial being mission to Saturn, but it's notoriously difficult to find a strap to go with it because of the brown. But this one works really well, just sort of a creamy sandy color. And you know, this is still fun to me. I still stand by these watches being pretty good for what they are. If these were around when I was just, you know, a poor uni student who just loved watches, I definitely would have had one. I would have been so excited to have Omega on the dial like that at $300 rather than 5,000. So yeah, I think there's still a place in my collection for this watch, but I'll stop at one. I think I'm done. Okay, micro brands. So let's start with Bausele. This is my Endless Sunrise Tangerine. I just got it, so I can't tell you much about it because I haven't done a review and I need to look at my specs. It was actually a birthday present back from July, but it actually arrived yesterday. It was a pre-order. So I am pretty excited to get to know this watch. I'm going to have some fun with this over summer. It's a dive watch. I'm going to take it to the beach and throw it around a bit in the waves and have a good old time with it. Next we've got Dan Henry. This was actually last year's Christmas present, so it didn't, I think, make the state of the collection video because technically I didn't have it yet. I've got it on one of Dan's actual straps today, but I think this watch is super cool, very elegant for, you know, for about $350 US. He just makes very, very accessible price-wise watches that really nod to classic designs based on the fact that he's got a very extensive vintage watch collection. He just sent me this one. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's the brand new 1972 Maverick. I've had a lot of fun wearing this watch in the last few weeks. The GMT function, again, I've got this set, I think, if memory serves me correctly, well, it was set, I should say, to LA time. I think because it's an automatic, it's stopped since then and I have to reset it. But in any event, super cool watch, PVD. The black is great. I did drop it. That was my user error. That was nothing to do with Dan. I just hadn't attached the quick release strap properly. Sitting at my desk just behind me, watch just went whoosh, hit the floor, which I have travertine stone floors here, and just luckily hit that and not the watch face, thank God. Okay, the piece de resistance is my Fears Archival 1930. This is my ultimate dress watch. I think this thing is absolutely stunning. I don't wear it all the time. It's too fancy for that in my view. I like to roll it out on a special occasion or when I'm getting a little bit more dressed up, or just want to wear something a little smaller, low profile, very simple and very elegant. It's gorgeous, this watch. Absolutely stunning. If you haven't been to the Fears website and seen Nicholas's collection, well, you haven't lived. You certainly haven't lived in the watch world. But yes, this watch, beautiful, beautiful. The back there is the number unique to this run for this watch. So this number is unique to me. So this number, I think it was like 136 or something were made, started from a particular year and went up to a particular year. Of course, I can't remember exactly what it is now, but the year I got was 1881. I think there's sold out, if not there's one left on the website. So do not walk, run to the website to get this because it's absolutely stunning. Believe it or not, it's 50 meters water resistant. It's got an ETA movement, and it is a 40 by 22 millimeter stainless steel case, 20 mil lug to lug. Yeah, super elegant, absolutely brilliant, this watch. I love it. I mean, look at that. Okay, a couple honorable mentions here. I've got two Panzeras. This is the TM, or the Time Master 42, so 42 mil. It's an automatic, and it's from their Motorsport collection range. I got this one for free. The boys at Panzera sent it to me to review and they let me keep it, which was very kind of them. And I really enjoy this watch. At the moment, I'm having a little bit of fun with it. I've put it on this pale blue Horus strap, which I don't know, I think it works. I think it works. It's a bit bold. It comes on a really cool, really soft black rubber strap with yellow stitching. And I've also got a Motorsport strap for it, which is like a brown tanned leather, which looks great. But yeah, it's super, like, you can't really tell on this camera because, like I said, I'm using my phone, but it's so clear to read, this dial. Like, it's so crisp is the word I would use. That's what I really love about this watch. The other one I've got, which isn't here at the moment, I don't have it with me, I've just lent it out, is the Aquamarine, the Dive 45 mil, and it's a really great watch. I go swimming with that all the time. And then speaking of swimming and activity watches, dive watches, I have this Luminox. I really enjoy this watch. I've always wanted a Luminox, so I bought one in the lockdown. Made me feel better for about 5 seconds, as retail therapy often does. But yeah, I can swim with this watch, which is what I wanted for the beach. So I've got a few watches now I can do that with, because I like to wear my watch in the water. Don't know why, just I guess keeping track of time, because I'm a bit of a water baby. I do tend to stay in there quite some time. But I also use this watch on my bedside table because of the loom. I can see what the time is when I wake up, however many times it is in the night, depending on what kind of night I'm having. That watch serves me very well for that purpose. But yeah, my Luminox, would I buy another one? I don't know, maybe, but this one definitely does the trick. It's a little different. I quite like it. But yeah, it's kind of my micro brand, or I know they're not a micro brand, but Panzera and the others I just showed you were. But that's my collection for the year. The new ones in the collection, as I explained, the Rolexes were new, the Fears, the Dan Hendry and the Bausele here, this one, the new Casio. So there's a few things bouncing around in here that are new, but for the most part, pretty steady collection. Nothing went out the door. It's not really how I do things, which I'll have to revisit at some point. All right, there you have it. 2023 state of the collection. Let me know your thoughts, of course. It was actually kind of fun, and I still, yeah, that's a lot of watches. So where to in 2024? Who knows where things will take me in the watch journey. There are so many on the list. Everything from building a field watch collection to getting a Daytona and a Pepsi. Who am I kidding? As if. I wish. A Langercerne, sure, if I had a spare like 100 grand, for sure. You know, so there's all, one can dream, right? Who knows? Who knows where I'm going to go? Like I said, Radiomir, Panerai, slightly more achievable, I would fear, than any of the other ones I've just mentioned. But we shall see. I will remain open-minded. Hope you enjoyed, guys. As I said earlier, have a fantastic break if you're having one. Happy holidays, happy new year, and until next time, have an awesome week.